Watch closely. This woman served as her boyfriend's unpaid maid for 5 years. She left her spacious home, chose to rent an apartment downstairs just to cook for him daily, to care for his every need. She believed her selfless devotion would finally earn a marriage proposal. Reality struck hard. That day, she carried up a warm, loving dinner. The door opened to her boyfriend and his ex-girlfriend. His ex had vanished 5 years ago, now stood there with a child. Worse still, he showed no shame. Boldly ordered her to serve the meal, treated her like hired help for his former lover. 5 years of love turned into a cruel joke. She snapped instantly, flipped the food box over, walked out, and ended it right there. Tears streamed down as she descended the stairs. Yet clarity washed over her at last. Her first move? Call the landlord to cancel the lease. A frail voice answered the phone. She assumed it was a sick elder, bought a fruit basket, and visited the hospital. To her shock, a young doctor stood by the bed. He was the real landlord, quiet yet secretly wealthy with multiple properties. Hearing she planned to move, he tossed her a keyring, offered choices from East City to the neighboring town. She smiled calmly and declined, admitted she never lacked housing. Renting there was just foolishness for love. Next day, she walked into her ex's office, handed in her resignation letter. He tried docking half her pay for being 30 seconds late, publicly humiliated her, hoping she'd submit. He didn't know she'd changed, no longer the obedient shadow she once was. She slapped the resignation letter across his face. Old ties severed, a new chapter began, and the mysterious landlord quietly entered her life. She gave him 5 years of her youth. He repaid her by bringing home his ex and their child, then accused her of being unreasonable. Heartbroken, she ended things and quit her job. As her boss, he showed no remorse, threatened to blacklist her career entirely. On moving day, suitcase in hand, she spotted a frail stray dog at the corner, felt their pain mirrored her own, took it in and named it Claypot Rice. Unexpectedly, the dog changed her fate. A doctor from across her new street appeared, claimed to be its original owner, asked her to foster it temporarily. Just as she healed from heartbreak, her best friend revealed a crucial secret. That man was deathly afraid of dogs. Revenge began to stir within her. Next day, she walked into the office with Claypot Rice. He panicked instantly, still refused her resignation, even demanded she keep caring for him. She replied coldly, she'd already moved out. They were nothing now. Tension peaked. Then his perfect ex arrived, pretended to mediate, actually sowed discord between them. Furious, she exposed the woman's lies on the spot. The ex immediately played the victim, screamed at the sight of the dog, rushed into his arms, sobbing about trauma. He instantly took her side. To comfort his injured lover, he approved the resignation right then, ordered her to leave the company immediately. He assumed she couldn't survive without him, believed she'd crawl back begging soon. He was wrong. She turned and left with her dog, not a glance back. What she lost was just a selfish burden. Ahead lay a life truly hers. His arrogance would cost him dearly.
She poured 5 years of her youth into him. What he got was bringing his ex-wife, who has a child, back to live with him. She even scolded her for being unreasonable. Under a cold heart, she broke up with him and resigned. He not only has no regret being a boss, she even threatened to end her career. The day I left with my luggage, she met a weak stray dog at the street corner. Same pain, same sorrow. She adopted it, named Bowsy Fan. I didn't expect it. This dog became a turning point in fate. A doctor who lives opposite her new house suddenly appeared. I claimed to be the original owner of the dog and asked her to temporarily take care of it. Just as she was slowly stepping out of the darkness, a close friend revealed a crucial secret. The man is extremely afraid of dogs. The thought of revenge quietly takes root. Next day, she carried a rice cooker into the company.
不知道的讨厌狗啊。
They were indeed panicking, but still refused to approve the resignation, even boldly asking her to continue taking care of his daily life. She coldly replied, I have already moved out. 2 people have no relationship anymore. At an impasse, the white moonlight suddenly appeared, trying to persuade her to be mature. It is actually sowing discord.
我跟你不熟，请你滚出我的办公室。
Angry, she exposed his false face on the spot. He immediately played the weak character role, screams and hides in the man's arms at the sight of a dog, crying and being startled. Men instantly switch sides. To comfort the victims,
你想离职是吧？好，我批准，现在就给我出公司。
he was sure she could not live without him. Eventually, they will beg for mercy, but he was wrong. She took the dog and walked away. The background showed no trace of attachment. What is lost is just a selfish burden, but ahead, it is truly a life of one's own. His arrogance. The cost will eventually be paid. The girl is cruelly forced out of her job by her own boyfriend. He sides with another woman, telling the girl he approves her resignation. Just moments before, he refused to let her leave. But now, for the sake of the other woman, he casts her aside. The ex-boyfriend smugly believes the girl will come begging for him to return. But he is mistaken. The girl leaves without hesitation, taking her loyal dog with her. She even mocks the ex-boyfriend, telling him that being called by him would lower her dog's status. But it turns out, The dog is not actually hers. It belongs to a handsome doctor who is also her landlord. The doctor lent her the dog to help stabilize her emotions after the breakup. To thank him, the girl invites the doctor out to dinner. But by a twist of fate, they encounter her ex-boyfriend and the other woman at the same restaurant. The ex thinks the girl is trying to make him jealous. He deliberately gets scalded, expecting her to show concern like she always did. But the girl just watches coldly, completely unfazed. Meanwhile, she casually flirts with the doctor, asking if he has had many girlfriends. Infuriated, the ex-boyfriend abandons his date and confronts the girl. He grabs her arm, demanding she come back with him, claiming she is still his girlfriend. The doctor intervenes, telling him to unhand the lady. The ex calls the doctor a homewrecker and declares he is the girl's fiancé.
我们已经分手了。
She unleashes her fury, telling her ex that she is done with his games.
你到底在狗叫什么？老娘也辞职了，分手也分了，楚乔也回来了，你还想干嘛？
She accuses him of being unable to handle that she no longer revolves around him. When the ex questions her relationship with the doctor, she retorts that it is none of his business. She mockingly states that even if she and the doctor were naked in bed, their relationship would be pure. The ex-boyfriend refuses to let go, but the doctor steps in again. He calmly tells the man that the lady has asked him to release her. With a swift move, he presses a nerve point, causing the ex to collapse on the floor, unconscious. The doctor calmly replies that he just squeezed a nerve. They rush the ex-boyfriend to the hospital. Another doctor reveals he only fainted from intense stomach pain. It turns out the ex has a chronic stomach condition. For the past 5 years, the girl was the only one who cooked for him, keeping his illness in check. The new doctor now understands the depth of the girl's past devotion and the ex's cruelty. He decides to confront the ex alone. He tells the ex that with his poor health, he can't provide happiness for any woman. When the ex demands to know his relationship with the girl, the doctor reveals a shocking truth.
我是他房东。
The apartment the girl lived in for 5 years right below his was rented from the doctor. The ex is stunned, wrongly concluding they were having an affair behind his back all along.
On day 5, post-breakup, she automatically cooked breakfast for 2. 5 years of serving him left deep muscle memory. Seeing the extra portion, she decided to give it to her neighbor, the aloof doctor across the hall, repaying his kindness. Unexpectedly, this small gesture became routine. Fried eggs, dumplings, secret recipe soups, she changed the menu daily. Rumors spread through the hospital. The icy doctor had a girlfriend with amazing cooking skills. He never confirmed it, but guarded that breakfast fiercely. Even frowned if a colleague touched it. Just as life stabilized, her ex resurfaced, acting weak. Said he missed her sandwiches. Minutes later, downstairs, she caught him touring apartments with a new lover. They were clearly intimate. The woman even bragged to her face, "He's buying this mansion for me." Mocked her, "You'll always be stuck renting," her ex added coldly. "You're strong, you can earn your own way. She's delicate, she needs care," she laughed. Pulled out her property deed on the spot. This very unit had been in her name for 5 years. She'd hidden it to spare his pride. He froze in shock, immediately begged for reconciliation. She shoved him away without hesitation. Though satisfying, the confrontation drained her. That night, too tired to cook, she ordered takeout. Suddenly, a news alert popped up. That restaurant was shut down for using rotten ingredients. Severe stomach pain hit. Collapsing, she dialed the doctor's number. Voice trembling. "Can food poisoning kill you?" Before he could answer, she lost consciousness. He kicked down her door, scooped her up, and raced to the hospital. Initial tests left him deeply concerned. Her condition wasn't just poisoning. Something far more dangerous lurked inside her body. She ate too fast and landed in ER. Her aloof neighbor panicked in front of colleagues. Just outside the hospital, she ran into her ex and a caring new woman beside him. He sneered instantly. "Did you bring a man home the same day we broke up?" Usually gentle, she snapped. Slapped him hard across the face. "You parade around with some random woman and dare judge me?" Even the calm doctor stood stunned. Beneath her softness lay sharp steel. From then on, their bond quietly deepened. She made him breakfast daily. He brewed calming herbal tea each night, added licorice just to sweeten the bitterness, for her sake alone. As warmth grew between them, a powerful rival appeared. The hospital director's daughter boldly offered to cook for him. Everyone assumed he'd seize the chance. He refused, calling it trouble. "But if it's her," he said.
如果恋爱的对象是他，也不是那么麻烦。
Shocking truth soon surfaced. A mutual friend revealed by accident. Their becoming neighbors wasn't fate. It was a plan set 4 years ago by their elders. Even her best friend was part of it. All along, they'd aimed to pull her from that toxic ex, and toward this quiet doctor. Now, he walked her through whispering hallways straight to his office. She couldn't help but ask, did he truly feel nothing for that heiress? He stopped, looked at her with such seriousness. Her heart skipped a beat. A match arranged 4 years ago finally shifted from duty to desire. But the rejected heiress would never let this go quietly.